and welcome back to my channel. As I told you, the purpose of this series is to help UG and PG students in the stream of management. So today I am going to tell you the concept of organizational behavior. The main objective of this video is to show the reference answer for the question, describe the emergence of and the role of organizational behavior in an organization. Let's start with the meaning of organizational behavior. Organizational behavior is the study of human behavior in organizational settings, and it studies the interface between human behavior and the organization itself. Organizational behavior researchers study the behavior of individuals primarily in their organizational roles. Let's see the definition of organizational behavior. According to Lutyens, organizational behavior can be defined as the understanding, prediction and management of the human behavior affect the performance of the organizations. Let's look at emergence of organizational behavior. The origin of organizational behavior can trace its roots back to Max Weber and earlier organizational studies. The Industrial Revolution is the period from approximately 1760 when new technologies resulted in the adoption of new manufacturing techniques, including increased mechanization. In the 1890s, with the arrival of scientific management and Taylorism, organizational behavior studies was forming it as an academic discipline. Works of scholars like Elton Mayo and Henry Foyle contributed to the growth of organizational behavior as a discipline. Starting in the 1980s, cultural explanations of organizations and organizational changes became the areas of study. Psychology and sociology became more acceptable in organizational behavior. Coming to the role of organizational behavior in an organization, it is divided into two categories. First one, understanding the human behavior. Second one, influencing the human behavior. Under the first one, we have individual behavior, interpersonal behavior, group behavior and intergroup behavior. Under the second one, that is influencing the human behavior, we have leadership, motivation, communication, organizational change and development, and finally organizational climate. Let's see the first one, understanding human behavior. If the managers are to understand the organizations in which they work, they must first understand the people who make up the organizations. Organizational behavior is the tool which helps the managers in understanding human behavior in all the directions in which the human beings interact. Humans can be studied from the point of view of the following four levels. First one, individual behavior. The main focus of behavioral science is the study of individual behavior. It tries to analyze why and how an individual behaves in a particular way in a given situation. The behavior of individuals is affected by a number of psychological, social and cultural factors. Second one, interpersonal behavior. Behavioral science also provides means for understanding interpersonal behavior in the organizations. In an organization, two-person relationship is inevitable. By studying behavioral science, the manager can understand themselves and others too. The techniques generally used for studying interpersonal behavior are study of perception, role analysis, etc. Third one, group behavior. Group behavior has a synergic impact on the performance. Group formations, behaviors and interactions are studied in the course of the organizational process. And management can use group dynamics for better communication. And the last one in first category is intergroup behavior. Organizations consist of a large number of groups which leads to complexity of relationships. It is important for the managers to understand the group relationships. Organizational behavior helps the managers in achieving cooperative group relationships through interaction and focus on total group objectives. Coming to the second category, influencing the human behavior. After understanding the human behavior in the organizations, the next job of the manager is to influence the human behavior so that it conforms to the standards required for achieving the organizational objectives. Organizational behavior helps the managers in influencing the behavior in the following ways. First one, leadership. Leadership helps the management in bringing human behavior in tune with the organizational requirements. An organization must have effective leadership for its survival and growth. The leadership theories are perpetually accepted by an organization for smooth performance of their activities. Second one, motivation. Motivation in an organization is essential for ongoing work. The job of a manager in the organization is to get things done through others. He will be successful in his job when he can motivate his subordinates to work for organizational goals. Third one, communication. To achieve organizational effectiveness, the communication must be effective. The communication process and how it works in interpersonal dynamics is evaluated by behavioral science. Fourth one, organizational change and development. Organizational development is needed for the change and development of individuals. Organizations have to undergo changes as a result of social, political and other factors. And the final one is organization climate. Organizational climate is the creation of an atmosphere of effective supervision, the opportunity for the realization of personal goals. And finally, let's end up this answer with a fine conclusion. To conclude, it can be said that organizational behavior is an exciting field of study which can help the managers in studying human behavior. So that's all about the concept of organizational behavior. This is simple and easy to understand. Soon I'll come back with more management topics. Until then, keep liking my videos and keep subscribing my channel. And make sure that you hit the bell icon to get my notifications. See you in my upcoming videos.